We sure saved a few today. Pulled back from the jaws of death and into my waiting manly arms.
Did we? I know you're a seasoned paramedic, but I didn't think any of them were that critical. Mrs. Patterson with pink eye, the kid with the stub toe, a pedestrian versus a parked van, that man who kept saying, "I done got maggots and ma do."
That's because you're new to the game, Packy. All you new medics think that after medic school riding the back of the meat wagon is a piece of cake. You've got to really analyze and think on your feet. Every patient has the potential to kick the bucket.
But we go to Mrs. Patterson at the end of every month and transport her to the ER. She just wants a ride so she can get her medicines. She probably didn't even have pink eye.
You're right, she might not have pink eye. She may have fallen and had a suborbital break and it was leaking blood into her eye that could have eventually caused pressure on her brain.
But she never said she fell. Is that why she was air transported to the trauma center?
Did she ever say she didn't fall? See, you must think outside the box. God has blessed me with a gift to think of every possible medical scenario that my patients might have.
You have been watching way too much of Dr. House. Mrs. Patterson now has a $10,000 bill when really all she wanted is a new script of her sugar pills. Can you explain why we ground transported someone with a stub toe 50 miles to the trauma center, and we immobilized them on a long spine board and a C-collar for?
For their safety, of course. The force is strong with you, young one, but one day you will understand. I asked the local hospital if ortho was on staff today and told them that we would divert.
So you diverted yourself for a stub toe?
He may have a compound fracture of his femur.
But he never said he was having anything but toe pain.
But he never said he was not having leg pain.
Okay, but what was the spine board and C-collar for?
Because the big toe's connected to the foot bone, and the foot bone's connected to the leg bone, and leg bone's connected to the hip bone, and the hip bone's connected to the spine bone.
Wow. Really? So any patient you have has the possibility of being air transported or ground transported to the trauma center?
Yes. Some days it's like a bloodbath back there and all you can do is keep your head just above it to keep your patient alive.
So a stub toe is a bloodbath. I know you'll regret asking, but what was the point of flying out the man who walked into the van? He didn't even have any complaints.
Subdural hematoma. He seemed very confused and had slurred speech.
But it was 1:30 in the morning in front of a nightclub. What do you think they do at nightclubs? Play bingo? Obviously he was drunk. A clue would have been the fact that he had a beer bottle next to him, or the fact that the officer was doing a field sobriety test on him when it happened.
But was the vehicle moving?
The officer said it was parked in the parking lot when he fell into it.
So the officer never said it wasn't moving?
Parked? It was parked, as in it was not moving. I'd love to stay in here, why we picked up the guy with maggots and ma do, but I have to go home and schedule an appointment with my shrink before I get the pistol out of my truck and blow my fucking brains out.
Don't worry, I'll have plenty of time to explain next shift. I saw we're both on a double. Take care, my young apprentice.
Never mind about scheduling the appointment with the shrink. I think I'll just go get the pistol.
Awesome.